Good morning and welcome to Grounded. This morning we are continuing our series, Worship Through the Decades, and we are in the 2000s. Now I remember when I was in high school, there was a song that was played all over the radio in church services around the country and at events all over. And this isn't an uncommon thing that we see it often in the church, where a song just captures the heart of the church and stays in a pretty heavy rotation for some time. This song even is still in the top 100 on CCLI to this day, even though it came out back in 2005. And it was a song written by John Mark McMillan called How He Loves. And you may be familiar with the song through other artists like David Crowder. And my goal this morning in sharing with you is not to tell you how you should sing particular parts of this song, but to share with you a little bit about the genesis of this song. And for me, it was only within the last year that I was made aware of the story behind the song. Though it deals with the love of God and the way that He loves us, it was written from a place of agony. You see, this song was a prayer of sorts from John Mark McMillan after the passing of his friend Stephen. His friend was on fire for the Lord, and he remembers him even praying at a youth conference something along the lines of, "I would give my life for these people that I love." And so when he tragically passed in a car accident shortly after that, McMillan said that the song came from just being wrecked by his passing, and this was born out of a conversation between him and God. And one thing I love about this is the honesty in it. This song about the love of God is not written on the mountaintops of life, if you will, but instead it is in heartbreak and agony. And he captures it well in the words, in the first verse, where he says, "All of a sudden, I am unaware of these afflictions eclipsed by glory, and I realize just how beautiful you are and how great your affections are for me." These words to me are reminiscent of those in Romans 8:18, where Paul says, "For I consider that the sufferings of the present time are not worth comparing with the glory that is to be revealed to us." You know, in the church, often we fake how things are going. We ignore the pain, we push it to the side, and we aren't real, even in our prayers and in our conversations with God. And this song is more than just how much He loves us. We know the answer to that, of course, as far as east is to the west. But McMillan says that it's about how He loves us and the way He loves us. He loves us in ways that are not like what we think. In fact, they're better than what we think. And some comfort that we have in knowing this is found in Isaiah 53:3, where it tells us that Jesus was a man of sorrows. He was acquainted with grief. So God is not distant from us in moments of anguish, but instead He knows our suffering and He knows our pain, and He is closer than ever in those situations. So this morning, as we get ready to sing this song together, I believe what John Mark McMillan would tell you to take away from this song is to have that conversation with God. You know, the Psalms model this well for us. Be real with Him, and in that and through it, He will show you that He is near in every situation, and He will show you the depths of His love.
He is jealous for me, loves like a hurricane. I am a tree bending beneath the weight of His wind and mercy. When all of a sudden I am unaware of these afflictions eclipsed by glory, and I realize just how beautiful you are and how great your affections are for me. And oh, how He loves us so. Oh, how He loves us. How He loves us so. He is jealous for me, loves like a hurricane. I am a tree bending beneath the weight of his wind and mercy. When all of a sudden I am unaware of these afflictions eclipsed by glory, and I realize just how beautiful you are and how great your affections are for me. And oh, how he loves us so. Oh, how he loves us. How he loves us so. Yeah, he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves. We are his portion and he is our prize, drawn to redemption by the grace in his eyes. If his grace is an ocean, we're all sinking. So heaven meets earth like a sloppy wet kiss, and my heart turns violently inside of my chest. And I don't have time to maintain these regrets when I think about the way that he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves. Yeah, he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves. Yeah, he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. Oh,